Ladies and gentlemen, we're going to go ahead and get started with our program. I'd like to welcome everybody out for our November Chamber Luncheon. We've got a wonderful crowd today. We've got some wonderful weather as well. That never hurts. First and foremost, I'd like to ask Pastor Glenn Cox from Science Hill Trinity Church to please come forward and bless today's meal.
Let us pray. Heavenly Father, we thank you for this day. We thank you for you, who you are, what you have done for us, what you continue to do, and what you will do in the future. We give you all praise, honor, and glory. Ask your blessing upon our meal, our fellowship together, our time together. We love you. In Jesus' name, amen.
Thank you very much, Pastor Cox. We appreciate that. Okay, we've got two for Tuesdays this month. First up, I'd like to ask Ryan Osborne to please come forward from the University of the Cumberlands. Hey, Ryan. Ryan and I have known each other for a while. We went through the Bright program a few years ago.
Good morning, ladies and gentlemen. My name is Ryan Osborne, and I'm with the University of the Cumberlands. If you had the... Is that better? Okay. I'm with the University of the Cumberlands. If you all were here earlier this year and had the fortune to hear our president, Dr. Larry Cochran, speak, you will know that the University of the Cumberlands is committed to the betterment and success of our students. Today is our 4th annual Give Day. This is the one day a year we ask a lot of our friends, alumni, and community members to consider giving a gift. If you take out the sheet of paper on your table, scan the QR code with your phone's camera app, it'll take you to a landing page where you can give a gift if it's on your heart today. Whether it's $5 or $5,000, it's going to go towards making a really big impact in our students' lives that you will see a little bit about here in this video.
135 years ago, one community came together in hopes of educating generations of young people, and the University of the Cumberlands was born.
It all started with just one building. Little did our founders know at the time how much these walls would shape our future.
One by one, students came across from Kentucky, Appalachia, and the entire world. They all walked through these halls and had their lives changed.
It only takes one person to change a student's life. A professor, a coach, a friend, the university president, someone who invests in us right where we are.
Every student on this campus is proof that just one person, someone like you, can change a life. Our life, in ways never dreamed possible.
Ready, break. 135 years isn't enough. Students need to experience the difference that can be made on the field and in the classroom. They need to know what it means to be part of one big team.
So here we are, it's that time of year again, and we ask for you to take one big step forward. One Big Give on November 7th is the time to make that difference in one student's life.
135 years of Cumberland's changing lives. One day to make it happen. And people like you helping generations of students.
Thank you all so much.
Thank you, Ryan. Our second Two for Tuesday today, I'm going to ask Rakaya Pryor to please come forward. She's going to be speaking on behalf of the Somerset Business and Professional Women's Club.
Good afternoon. Holiday time is right around the corner. Be sure to check out on your tables the BPW flyers or visit our SomersetBPW.com website to check out our holiday auction that's currently happening. All proceeds go to local scholarships for non-traditional students who are looking to further their education at SCC. It may not be Christmas yet, but BPW would like to share a gift with someone special here today. This is a surprise, so you might see a little shock on their face. The Somerset Business and Professional Women's Club of Somerset has been established in Pulaski County since 1930. For over 90 years, the club has championed women by way of education, political advocacy, community support, and striving for equality in the workplace. In the month of October each year, the Kentucky Federation of Business and Professional Women spends the month giving back to local communities and recognizing the outstanding achievements of women who help to shape the culture for women in the workplace. This year, the Somerset BPW would like to award the Business Woman of the Year award to a woman who has not only been our local Pulaski County Library Director for over 14 years, but has been serving the library in many capacities for over 47 years. Miss Charlotte Keeney. Miss Charlotte is a graduate of EKU and has served on many local charities and organizational boards, including the Somerset Chamber Board, the Downtown Development Board, the CASA Board, and the Pulaski County Educational Consortium Board, to name a few. We want to thank you, Charlotte, for your commitment to education, local resources, women in the workplace, and your ongoing love for Pulaski County. Let's give another warm congratulations to our 2023 Businesswoman of the Year, Charlotte Keeney.
Let's give another big round of applause to Charlotte Keeney, please. Before I turn the program over, a couple of items. I want to recognize all of our information tables that are here today. So this is a free service we provide for our members. You can come in, set up, and talk about your organization or your business. I would encourage everybody in here, if you did not have a chance to visit with them before lunch, try to go by and find a couple and meet with them afterwards and just get to know some of the wonderful local businesses that represent our community and get to know what they're doing currently in this fall season. So I want to recognize them real quick. Somerset 106 WTLO Radio, Lake Cumberland Regional Hospital, the Business Professional Women's Club of Somerset, Expressions Tea and Gifts, the Living Bread Soup Kitchen, Lindsay Wilson College, the Chalet Gourmet Restaurant, the Suit Shop, Brown Insurance Company, Skyhope Women's Recovery Center, Legacy Lakes Event Venue, Pro Trade Hardware and Barbecue Supply, Outcrop Equipment Sales and Services. I was looking at this mower over here. I told them that cost more than my first car. It is beautiful. California Closets, Lake Cumberland Regional Training Consortium, United Way of South Central Kentucky, Country Boy Woodcrafts, and Campbellsville University. Let's give these businesses a round of applause. Finally, I just want to put in a couple of quick plugs. Christmas tree lighting, our virtual Christmas tree lighting is going to be held on Thursday, November the 30th. So that's when we'll turn the lights on our tree downstairs or downtown. You're welcome to come out and actually participate and be there in person, but we've spent a lot of money to make sure that we can give you a really great experience online. If you want to, if you don't want to battle the elements that evening, you're welcome to stay in. We're going to have great audio, great video. Santa's going to be there. We're going to turn on the Christmas tree, and for me, that's the official start of Christmas. So again, that's 6:30 p.m. Downtown Fountain Square, and that's on Thursday, November 30th. And then just a couple days later, we have the Community Christmas Parade. So last year we had somewhere between 10 and 12,000 people downtown, and we're going to be hosting the parade again this year. We've got wonderful MCs. We've got parade that is filling up like crazy, and I would encourage everybody, if you're interested in being involved in that, go ahead, put a float in, give us a call. All the information about the parade route, all the registration forms, all the things, they're on the Chamber website, Somerset-Pulaski-Chamber.com, www.Somerset-Pulaski-Chamber.com. So if you have any interest, and we probably put some things on the tables about the Christmas parade and the tree lighting. And then just a couple of other quick things. I want to recognize we have a new intern from Somerset Community College in our office. Where's Kyra? Kyra's very shy. Everybody stare at Kyra. Everybody look at Kyra right over here. She's very shy. Kyra Vaught is our new intern. Let's give her a big round of applause. Welcome to the team. Everybody stare at Kyra. She likes it. Everybody stare. She loves that. After about 7 months off the job, we're really excited to have Bill Marshall back in the office. He's coming in for a couple hours every day, just kind of getting his feet back under him. We're really glad to have him back. It was hard to not have Bill around, but I see Bill in the back of the room back there. Bill, welcome back to the team, my friend. Okay, so in saying that, I'm going to go ahead and turn this program over to my boss. I only get to say that one more time, Sean. President of the Chamber this year, Mr. Sean Doherty.
Okay, to begin the meeting here, I'd like to make sure and welcome everyone. We're so fortunate to have our guests here today and our members, and I'd like to say a special thanks to our elected officials who are here today representing our population. I know Judge Katie Sloan is here today, Donna Baker from Mitch McConnell's office, Shane Baker, Representative Shane Baker is here, and I see John Alexander from Judge Marshall Todd's office. Thank you to our elected officials, guests, and members, and welcome. I'd also like to give a big thanks to our world-class sponsors, our Chairman Circle sponsors, and our ambassador-level sponsors. Those folks fuel the money part of our chamber, and of course that's very important. Being a banker, I always think the financing of a good program is very important. So thank you, a big round of thank you to our sponsors. And of course, our venue is very special to us here at the Chamber. The Center for Rural Development, Laura and Lonnie and your team provide us a very good place to meet each month. Sassy Spoons provides us a great meal each month. Pepsi-Cola of Somerset and Coca-Cola Bottling of Somerset provide the drinks. A big round of applause for them. And next we'll have Miss Lisa Phelps to introduce our new chamber members for the month.
If you will join me in helping to welcome our new members this month. If I call your name, please stand to be recognized. A&E Reynolds, Carla Johnson. American Air Incorporated, Corey Davis. Autoland LLC, Keith Thacker. Bulls Bunkers LLC, Bull Quarter. Copper Saddle and Company, Emma Johnson. Divers Den, Doug Luttrell. Incon Equipment Sales and Rental, Jordan Mitchell. Friends and Family Trading Post, Burgers and Dogs, Mike Stevens and Carrie Black. Gallery 27, Auction House, Nick Meese. Lake Cumberland Storage, Keith Tucker. Legacy Lakes Event Venue, Angela Vaught and Kay Vaught. Miracle Ear, J.D. No. Narrow Gate Fence, Kevin Moore. Schultz Career Consulting, Elizabeth Schultz. Star Support Services, Sarah Heiserman. Terminex, Ryan Spar. Trademark Salon, Tracy McFerrin. Unsalted Life Boat Rentals, David Van Hook. Well Care, Simon Giacosa. And Woodstock Community Center, Stephen Burton. Thank you all for your membership.
Okay, earlier I mentioned the financing of our Chamber of Commerce. The other important thing is we have to have a strong workforce to carry out our mission. And our Chamber ambassadors are that workforce. If you're a Chamber ambassador, would you please stand to be recognized at this time? We thank you for your hard work to make this Chamber what it is. And there's one particular ambassador that has stood out amongst the ambassadors this month. If I could have Reese Shook to come up, we'll present Reese with the Chamber Ambassador of the Month Award. Congratulations, Reese. Okay, today's corporate sponsors are the Lake Cumberland Regional Hospital and the Pulaski County Farm Bureau. If I could, our friend Robert Parker from Lake Cumberland Regional Hospital is going to speak to us for a couple minutes. Come on up.
Thank you, Sean. Good afternoon, Chamber friends and colleagues. Today we're really happy to share a few pieces of information regarding some new developments at the hospital. 5 years ago we installed our first robotic surgical system. We recently launched our 6th. Today we're going to talk about our 5th system. It's the Ion Navigational Bronchoscopy System. That's a mouthful, but we're really happy to talk about that today and share some information with you. What sets this system apart is its unparalleled precision, making it a game changer in our effort to continue to improve the care at the hospital. It utilizes artificial intelligence. That's a thing we hear a lot about today. It's capable of 3D mapping of the patient's lungs, and it's the most. It kind of allows us our surgeons the safest and most efficient way to deal with lung nodules. What makes this advancement even more compelling is the proactive approach it allows us to take in the fight against lung cancer, which we know is such a major challenge for us in our particular community. Dr. Sandy Schultheis, our Lake Cumberland Regional Hospital's medical director of our interventional pulmonary surgery program, performed the very first navigational bronchoscopy procedure at our hospital recently. And since then, she's done many, many more. In fact, the ION representatives constantly and continually tell us of her great skill and efficiency with this new technology. So we're so thrilled that she's our medical director. We're going to watch a video in a moment regarding this, and we've set up a table back in the back there where you can visit the ION simulator and test out your skills with that a little bit later after the luncheon. So if we can watch the video now, please.
I'm Dr. Sandy Schultheis, and I'm a pulmonary critical care physician here in Somerset. Navigational bronchoscopy is the most state-of-the-art technology available in the marketplace right now in the world of pulmonary medicine. And for me, it's going to open a whole new world of how to manage lung nodules in hopes that we will be able to diagnose lung cancer early and change the outcome trajectory from very dismal in the past to hopefully very favorable. One of the great innovative things that has been done through Lake Cumberland Regional Hospital is the development of an actual lung nodule clinic, and that is actually spearheaded by our lung nodule navigator. And one of the things that she does is she reviews all CAT scans that occur in the Lake Cumberland Regional Hospital system. And if there's a nodule on that, she's going to contact primary care and she's going to make that referral into the actual nodule clinic for me to do the assessment of that. So finding it early, we now can hope for a cure, which was almost unheard of in the past in the world of lung cancer. This is something that is normally seen in huge academic centers, big university centers. For us to have the capability of doing this in a regional community hospital, we're going to change outcomes, we're going to have early detection of lung cancer, better long-term survival, and there's just nothing to say about that except that it's great.
Thank you very much.
Very appreciative of Lake Cumberland Regional Hospital and what they mean to our community. And I might add that Robert Parker serves our community well. He is on our chamber board and a great representative for us, so we're appreciative of his service as well. Our other corporate sponsor today, the Pulaski County Farm Bureau, has yielded their time to our speaker. But before I introduce our speaker, I'll just say we're very appreciative of what the Pulaski County Farm Bureau does for us in our community. I personally am a customer of the Pulaski County Farm Bureau and get great service from my agent at Farm Bureau. So very appreciative. And with that, I'll go ahead and introduce our guest speaker today. Mallory Hudson, a Bowling Green native and University of Kentucky student, is Miss Kentucky 2023. She is a 2020 graduate of South Warren High School, where she was named a 2019 Kentucky Governor's Scholar. Upon completion of the Governor's Scholar program, she served as a community ambassador, speaking to local high school students about the program's mission to keep the state's best and brightest students in state for college. Mallory is currently a senior at UK, where she is studying communications and political science. And upon graduation, she plans to attend law school. During her year of service as Miss Kentucky, Mallory will serve as the official spokesperson for the Kentucky Proud program. She'll work through the Department of Agriculture in doing so. Mallory is especially excited about this opportunity due to her grandfather being a proud Kentucky farm owner in Edmonson County. Mallory plans to travel the state, encouraging Kentuckians of all ages to support their fellow Kentuckians by purchasing agricultural products and services made, grown, and produced locally. So without further ado, I'll introduce to you Mallory Hudson.
Hello, everyone. How are we doing this afternoon? Oh, I think we can do a little better than that. How are we doing this afternoon? Okay, that was a little better. That's what my elementary schoolers will do when it's, 7:30 on a Monday. I'm like, come on, guys, we can do better than that. My name is Mallory Hudson, and I'm Miss Kentucky 2023, and I am so excited to be here in beautiful Somerset with you all here today. I'm originally from Bowling Green, Kentucky, Warren County, so not too far from here, and I'm a 2020 graduate of South Warren High School, and now I am a senior at the University of Kentucky, where I study communications and political science on a pre-law track, and I originally actually got got involved with the Miss America organization due to the scholarship component. I had never been involved with a pageant or a competition before I was a senior in high school and decided to compete in a local preliminary competition 2 days before it happened. I wore my prom dress. I had no idea what I was getting myself into, but boy, am I so glad that I took that leap of faith and took that adventure. Now, after competing in Miss Kentucky 2021, where I placed top 8, 2022, where I placed 4th runner-up, I am now Miss Kentucky 2023 and was crowned on July 1st of this year. So I'm about 4 months in on what I say is the most special job in the entire world. Now, what a lot of people don't know about the job of Miss Kentucky is that it comes with a full-time position working for the Kentucky Department of Agriculture as Kentucky Proud's official spokesperson. And you know, I always say that the partnership between the Miss Kentucky Scholarship Organization and the Kentucky Department of Agriculture is so important because we're ensuring that Kentucky's youth know at least one more farmer than Old MacDonald, understand that chocolate milk does not come from a brown cow and strawberry milk doesn't come from a pink cow, and understand the process of getting their food from farm gate to plate. And for those of you that laughed when I said chocolate milk with the brown cows, I actually play agricultural trivia in schools across the Commonwealth. And so I'll say, okay, true or false? Chocolate milk comes from a brown cow. And you would be surprised how many hands are in the air confidently for yes, that is true. But I was initially excited about this opportunity because my grandfather is the proud owner of a 256-acre farm in Edmonson County, Kentucky. And so some of my earliest memories are jumping hay bales on my grandparents' farm. And it is so important to ensure that Kentucky's youth know that agriculture is not only the backbone of our economy, but it's also the backbone of our state. And farming is not only our heritage, but it's also our future. And I'm so excited that as Miss Kentucky, I also have the opportunity to develop a service initiative or a platform that I'll represent on the Miss America stage. I actually leave for Miss America in less than 2 months. It's going to be held January 6th through the 14th in Orlando, Florida at the Walt Disney Theater. And I am just so excited to immediately step onto that stage and represent my home state of 21 years in that capacity. But my service initiative is called Inclusive Stages. And it's all about knocking down barriers to accessibility, celebrating diversity, and promoting inclusion in Kentucky communities, specifically through a theatrical or artistic lens. So I grew up doing musical theater. I stepped on a stage for the first time when I was 5 years old and immediately caught the theater bug. And I always say that I got into theater because I was always the loudest kid in the room. So it was a great avenue for my parents to push me on stage, and they knew I was projecting to the very last seat in the very back of the auditorium. But I immediately fell in love with theater, and it's been such a joy to pair that love of theater with my love of inclusivity and building better communities in Kentucky. So I was in a performance of Hello Dolly at South Warren High School in 2018, and after the performance, a lot of participants from Down Syndrome of Southern Kentucky's Buddy House came up to me. They were pantomiming a lot of moves from the show. They were singing a lot of notes from the show. I told my mom on the way home, wouldn't it be so cool if we offered theatrical classes at the Buddy House? And it wasn't until I got involved with the Miss America organization a couple months later that I was finally able to put that initiative into play and create inclusive stages. And really what I love about inclusive stages is it started right up here, and now it's a grassroots movement that I can see is affecting individuals in the South Central Kentucky community, and now the Kentucky community as well in this position. But a young man named Robert Hensel, he defied all odds. He was born with spina bifida, and he met goals. And now he even holds the Guinness World Record for the longest nonstop wheelie in a wheelchair. But more importantly, he advocates in order to bring light to the many talents and gifts of those individuals with disabilities in our community. And he has a quote that tells us, "It's time to take our focus off disabilities and place it on capabilities." So how do we create a more utopian society that will recognize and value the unique strengths of all individuals, of all backgrounds, and all abilities? We knock down barriers to accessibility. We celebrate diversity, we promote inclusion, and we create a true sense of belonging in Kentucky. Accessibility, by its very definition, means being available and usable to all individuals. And this is critically important for the 1 billion people that are living in our world with some form of disability. The Americans with Disabilities Act prohibits discrimination against the disabled and has made measurable gains in providing better access for all. However, accessibility isn't just ramps and automated doors. It's a great start, but we have to finish the job. Exposure to diversity makes everyone more open-minded, creative, and empathetic. I like to think of it this way. Chefs want a pantry full of different ingredients to create the perfect dish. And real life should be like that too. Kentucky should be like that too. The more people we have around the table that are expressing their various opinions and insights and thoughts and feelings and emotions, the better the outcome for positive change. In fact, it is widely believed that some of the most brilliant and creative minds of all time, including Mozart, Einstein, Warhol, and Jobs, were neurodiverse thinkers. And a positive attitude towards inclusion creates an environment that provides opportunities for all individuals. At Western Kentucky University, there's a program called Circle of Support that is currently assisting approximately 60 bright college-age students that have a diagnosis of autism. They do require extra support in certain areas like social engagement, but it is so easy to recognize the benefit of having these students at the college table. Models like Circle of Support need to be replicated across the country to help individuals with special learning needs meet education goals and eventually find meaningful employment so that they may become contributing members of our society. So when I created my community service initiative, Inclusive Stages, it was to channel my love for the arts while simultaneously providing accessible, diverse, and inclusive ways to educate, inform, and entertain people of all abilities. Through Inclusive Stages, I have had the privilege of teaching those acting classes to young adults with the diagnosis of Down syndrome. I've written scripts about social dating do's and don'ts and performed those scripts for students in the Kelly Autism Program at Western Kentucky University. Recently, I have been distributing theatrical sensory kits to make the theater more accessible for individuals with sensory processing disorders. So those kits contain noise-canceling headphones, sunglasses, to diminish things that might make the theater environment overwhelming for those individuals, and initiated a podcast called Inclusive Stages Behind the Curtain, which highlights Kentucky community members that are working to knock down barriers to accessibility, celebrate diversity, and promote inclusion in their respective fields. I have also written a children's book that's used for advocacy efforts for Inclusive Stages, and I would like to share that book with you all today. This book was also illustrated by my younger sister, McLean, which was super, super special for me. Inclusive Stages by Mallory Hudson. Vivi Claire was born on a beautiful, cool October morning. Her parents were thrilled to welcome a gorgeous baby daughter to their family, and they were very determined to learn all they could about their daughter's Down syndrome diagnosis. You see, Vivi was born with an extra chromosome, created some special health and learning needs. Vivi's parents told each other that they would work together to make certain all of Vivi's dreams could come true. When Vivi was 4 and a little bit more, her mother took her to see a live production of Peter Pan. Vivi loved the costumes, the singing, the acting, and the dancing. She told her mom that she wanted to be a real actor someday. So, Vivi started speech and language sessions and acting lessons. She worked very hard for years to learn the meaning of new words and to be able to pronounce the sounds in words correctly. Vivi was becoming more and more comfortable speaking in front of people. Vivi's dad took her to dance lessons every Thursday. Vivi listened carefully to her teacher and listened to be a graceful dancer. She loved dancing to the music and wearing her pretty pink leotard to class. When Vivi was 10, she auditioned for a role in a play at a theater, but she didn't get the part. Of course, Vivi was very disappointed, but she did not give up, and she kept working hard in all of her lessons each week. A few months later, Vivi's parents read a tweet about an upcoming audition with a project called Inclusive Stages. The goal of the project was to cast a show with actors of all abilities. Her parents agreed that she could audition for the play. She was crossing all her fingers and all her toes, hoping she would get a part, any part, in the play. Vivi auditioned for the play, and she did her very, very best. When she walked up to the doors of the theater the next day to look at the cast list, she felt extremely nervous. It felt like hundreds of butterflies were flying around in her tummy. But she found the courage to read the list. Vivi's name was written next to the part of the princess. Vivi had reached her goal, and she felt amazing. Vivi worked very, very hard, rehearsing at the theater 3 to 5 times a week for a month. Soon, it was opening night. All of Vivi's family and friends were in the audience. Vivi delivered all of her lines perfectly, and she remembered all of her dance moves too. Her hard work had paid off. Everyone said she was a perfect princess in the play. When the play was over, the audience gave the cast a standing ovation. Vivi ran to her parents, and her dad gave her pretty pink roses. Vivi asked her mommy, "Why did everyone stand up and clap at the end of the play?" Vivi's mom hugged her beautiful daughter and said, "Because you and the other actors were given a chance to shine, and you made everyone see your abilities and completely forget about the word disability. After tonight, all the world is your stage, sweetheart. Now let's go celebrate with your favorite Blue Moon ice cream." The end. Oh, thank you. I would like to remind everyone here that everyone can shine if they are simply given the opportunity. So let's embrace the mantra that accessibility is more than being able to get into the building. Diversity is getting invited to the table. Inclusion is having a voice at the table. And belonging is having that voice be heard at the table. I encourage each of you here today to intentionally invite, welcome, and embrace all to the table, because there is such a big difference in having that seat and providing that voice. And it's been such a joy so far in my little over 4 months as Miss Kentucky to promote inclusion across our Commonwealth. I've done around 145 appearances so far, and I ultimately hope to be remembered as a Miss Kentucky who advocated for all individuals, promoted inclusion, empowered through my role with the Kentucky Department of Agriculture, and ultimately connected with as many Kentuckians as possible in my years. So thank you all so much for having me here today. So happy to be in your community. And I would love to end with a rendition of my Old Kentucky Home, if you all would be willing to join me. The sun shines bright on my old Kentucky home. 'Tis summer, the people are gay. The corn tops ripe and the meadows in the bloom, while the birds make music all the day. The young folks roll on the little cabin floor, all merry, all happy and bright. By and by hard times come come a knocking at the door, then my old Kentucky home. Good night. Weep no more, my lady. Oh, weep no more today. We will sing one song for my old Kentucky home, for my old Kentucky home, far away. Thank you so much for having me, Somerset. Oh, I think I'm taking your papers. There you go.
Mallory, we're really appreciative of you today, and especially with the singing. You can come back and sing to us anytime. And we would like to present you today with the Chamber's honor of being a friend of our Chamber. Thank you. Okay, we've got a busy month ahead. We've got several ribbon cuttings coming up. I want to mention those and make sure you get those to your calendar. On November the 10th, Friday, November the 10th, we'll cut a ribbon at Nesco Resources. On Thursday, November the 16th, we'll do the same at the Traveling Soul. On November the 30th, we'll do a ribbon cutting at Tipsy's. And then don't forget, we'll have our Christmas parade downtown on December the 2nd. So don't forget those items. Our next Chamber Luncheon would be December the 5th at noon again. And remember, that's our 14th annual Chamber Holiday Auction. We pride ourselves in the funds that we have given to educate our students from the holiday auction. So we look forward to you being here for that at our next luncheon. Have some tickets here if you guys are ready. We've got a couple things to give out. The first one is a 20% off coupon to M&W Printers, donated by M&W Printers. And it would be at ticket 749-695. 695. All right, right back here at the back. All right. Next, we have a $20 off RB Dry Cleaner coupon donated by RB Dry Cleaners. And it would be the ticket that ends in 890. 890. Over here. Next is Buffalo Wings and Rings. We have a $25 gift card donated by Buffalo Wings and Rings. It'd be a ticket that ends in 424. 424. Right back here. Next, we have a Hardee's gift card donated by Hardee's South. It's a $20 gift card. Ticket that ends in 507. 507. 507. Okay, no taker there. Ticket that ends in 735. 735. Right here. There we go. The Lake Cumberland Regional Hospital has The Ark gift basket that we're going to give away. Ticket 885. 885. Back here. There we go. I noticed this ticket's crumpled up a little bit. That's probably a strategy of whoever put it in here. But we next have the United Way of South Central Kentucky has donated a United Way gift bag. And it's the strategic ticket, 858. 858. I have to. All right, and last but not least, donated by the Suit Shop, we have a men's tie and a handkerchief, 836. 836. Well, the Suit Shop won. So we're going to draw again. 512. 512. All right, here we go. Again, I'd want to reiterate that we're very thankful of our corporate sponsors today, Kentucky Farm Bureau, or Pulaski County Farm Bureau, and Lake Cumberland Regional Hospital. And with that, if I could get my doctor, Dr. Sandy, to lead us in the Pledge of Allegiance to round up our meeting.
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Thank you, Dr. Sandy. All right, we'll see you at our next chamber meeting. If not before, remember all of our ribbon cuttings. Thank you.